Okay, a minute, everybody. Yes, wonderful. Hi, everyone. So welcome to the webinar, 1st of January. So let's have some fun. The topic today is hope. Hope. And so I'll begin the topic with talking about the opposite of hope and what does hope mean? What does that frequency hold when we talk about hope in the energy terms? So, when we are looking at hope, first, I'm going to look at the complete opposite of hope, which is despair. So when people are sitting in despair and their life seems pretty futile, it doesn't look like something worth living, when they're completely sitting in this downward spot where they think that they are of no use, and that is the frequency of despair. So despair, the opposite of what we would call hope, despair is actually simply a frequency. It's a frequency of deep sadness and of when you're feeling so purposeless and you see no future ahead, you see nothing bright in your horizon, and you sit in despair, you sit in this extreme sadness. When many people call me, and I get calls a lot of times from people who are in this frequency of despair. They're in despair, they are feeling so disappointed with themselves, with their own existence, that it doesn't feel like they have any job of being here on this planet. And as they call me and they'll ask me, somebody gave me your number and they've asked me to call you. And then I'll talk to them about their frequency. So they'll say, oh, we feel pretty suicidal. And the only words that normally come out of my mouth are, oh, you feel suicidal? I can help you. I can really, really help you. What should I send for you? Should I send you a rope to end your life? Or should I send you some pills so you can end your life? I can help you. Okay. So finding from there, well, I was talking about how I will respond to these people who come to me with wanting help for suicide. And yet all I do is make fun of the way that they are feeling. And somebody will say to me, somebody listen to me doing this talk, and they'll say, don't you feel for them? How can you make fun of this? I recognize frequency of despair, there are two choices. In unawareness, I will tune into their same frequency. I might even feel fearful for them. I might feel their sadness. But because I sit now in awareness, I recognize they've called me not so that I can sit in their frequency, but so that they can tap into mine. And so my frequency, that of masti. And so what do I have to do in that moment? I simply have one job, which is to continue to stay in my masti, to not leave this particular frequency and move to another one, not to move to a frequency of sadness, not to move to a frequency of worry, not to move to a frequency of anxiety. Oh my God, are they going to commit suicide? Are they going to do this? It is their life journey, but their life journey has brought them to me. And so in this moment, their energy is seeking my energy. When they have come to me, I also recognize that it's their energy that's bringing them to me for a new experience. We always talk about experiences being 365 degrees. There are so many times that when people will come and say, I worked so hard on myself, I worked on this aspect, I worked on releasing anger. And then why is it that I still keep getting anger at times? Well, the 365 degrees of anger is to have anger, to not have anger, to have anger and to lose anger and to have it, and so many other aspects of anger. And all together, everything makes for the 365 degrees of experience. This is all that life is about. And not just with one emotion, but with every emotion. And so when somebody is sitting in so much sadness, even the experience of sadness is all about 365 degrees. And so sadness itself, to have sadness, to not have sadness. In unawareness, even if you have sat in sadness for the longest time, when your energy chooses to experience the opposite, it is completing that 365 degrees loop, and it will choose to come into joy. What happens then? Something or the other will get created to get you out of that situation. So you are sitting in despair, and suddenly it might just be a thought that, hey, tomorrow might be better. Tomorrow is another day. And then you see that ray of hope, and that ray of hope might bring you out of that frequency of despair. So now we come to that ray of hope. When you are sitting in complete despair and you don't know how to get out, you are unaware of the entire circle that life keeps taking. You are unaware of choosing any frequency over another. And yet, in that, when your energy wishes to experience differently, it will bring you to an experience that is the opposite of despair. It might do that through a positive thought. And hope is just that one positive thought which will take you out of your frequency of despair when you are completely sitting in unawareness. Now, when I talk of hope, it's a very different experience. And because I am in the awareness mode, I can recognize that what does hope mean to me? The answer is nothing, absolutely nothing at all. Hope doesn't mean anything. What is hope all about? Hope is all about, okay, tomorrow there is going to be a better day. Tomorrow is going to be better than today. And hope is something we create for, so many topics. You might have hope for how your children will turn out if your children are still small. Okay, my children will turn out this way, and they will be giving me, this is what they will do for me. They will be caring for me. They will be respectful towards me. And you are hoping for that day to arrive. The hope about how the country needs to look. You might be very hopeful that one day the country that you are from is going to be, such a different place to live. It is going to be so beautiful. It is going to be so advanced, so progressed, blah, blah, blah. And you hope for a better future for the country. You might hope for a better future for the entire humanity. Oh, humanity is going down the drain. Humanity needs to be this, humanity needs to be that. And the more you see people who are becoming, who are working towards more humanitarian causes, you'll say, yeah, there is hope. There is hope for the future. There is hope for this earth. There is hope for this planet. So when you are looking at the word hope, you're looking at tomorrow being better than today. When you are aware, this being better than today, something tomorrow being better than now. Now we already know that this is the frequency of lack. When we constantly look towards tomorrow to take us out of today, then we are not being able to recognize the perfection of today itself. The perfection, everything already in perfection, no matter what is happening to the universe outside, it is in perfection. And so, as we become more and more aware, the word hope is no longer holding anything for us. Why? Because we are not living in the tomorrow. We are living in the today. And so, whatever is happening today, we are choosing to experience it today. And so, when we are sitting in awareness, we are choosing to experience today today. And tomorrow is something that is already happening. And tomorrow is something that is already happening. And so, when we are sitting in awareness, to work for the longest time. So here we are back. She will join back. Yes, network issues. Thank you very much. I can see network issues. Yes, for some reason I totally logged out. Okay, well, so be it. Hello, everybody, and back again. It does seem to be that my network is having some problems. So whatever it is, it's the first. There are many people, who are talking between each other, and probably the networks are overworked. But so we were talking about, what were we talking about? Anybody has any ideas?
There's nothing like hope, it's lack.
Okay. That was my last sentence.
Living for tomorrow. When we think of tomorrow,
okay,
it's in lack.
I'm completely out. Okay, it's still lack. Okay, so there we go. So I don't know where we left off, and so here we start again. So when we are already in the space of awareness, very quickly we know about the perfection of the moment. And so if we can't see the perfection of the moment, how is the universe playing in my favor if I'm not receiving what I'm supposed to receive, if I'm not receiving what I want to receive, and it's completely the opposite? Well, the universe is still playing in your favor, and you know it. It's showing you everything that you hold in your energy. And so in the morning, the fun part was today, it was all about food. And so I kept talking about your energy field being your plate in which you're holding all kinds of dishes. And so if you don't like a dish that you are seeing, then the only thing that you can do is to change that dish. But the choice to change your dish only comes available to you when you are aware. In unawareness, you don't get to change the dish. But in awareness, you can simply see, okay, this is what is creating this dish. I am no longer wishing to experience. I wish to experience something else. So as you have all of these beautiful desserts on your plate, you can easily, exchange something for the Meenal ki frequency ka laddu. So that's what I was talking about in the morning, that whatever you are doing, if something is not as per your liking, if you don't like a dish, you already know that you can choose another dessert, and you already have the choice of choosing me's frequency, and that dessert becomes available to you. The abundance becomes available to you. Then where is the need for hope? Where is the need for a hoping for a better tomorrow? Because all that you need to do through looking outside, oh, this should change, that needs change, that wants to change. All of the change is not outside. All of the change is within. And as you do the change within, the only thing that needs to change, those dishes on your plate. You don't like something? Okay, you don't have to experience it. It is only an experience. So you don't have to experience it for 5 years. You take that experience, you completely absorb that experience in that 1 minute or the 5 minutes, and then this choice becomes available. But over here, just another pointer, that the minute something comes on your plate, let's say it's fear, it's the dish of fear, and you look at fear and you totally don't want it on your plate. You totally want only joy. You only want happiness. Well, you're going to quickly scramble to get that thing off your plate. And I say, not so soon. You still have to look at everything, observe everything, because in this, you not wanting some experience, you not wanting to experience some dish, to taste some dish, is simply a fear of yours. You can actually, simply and then we're simply going to create more dishes of the fear itself. Anything that we run away from. So the whole point is not to be running away from any experience, but totally knowing that the power is with you, that you can change any experience that you wish. And the change is not going to be outside. The change is only going to be within at every experience that you are looking at. It's only you that needs to change. And so, if you hope to change something, that hope is for you to change your own energy. And that's the only hope. And for that, you don't need to hope for a day in the future. That hope begins right now. It's only a matter of a few moments. You start to look within, and that's it. The game begins there, the game ends there. No matter what is happening outside, the moment that you have looked within, the whole puzzle will fall into place. The word hope loses its meaning. The hope is about tomorrow, and you are already in the now. And so you don't need to hope for anything for tomorrow. If each of us are able to hold our frequency of joy and happiness and all of this masti that's happening, the abundance that is flowing, if each of us are able to hold on to that, we will look outside with these new set of eyes and be able to see everything that we wanted to change earlier. It doesn't need change. It's a drama that's playing. And in the drama, there are so many stories that are playing out, but it is only an illusion. But this awareness of illusion is only made available when you are looking within. Outside, so easy to get stuck in stories. Outside, every small story will call out to you. All that you have to extract from that story is the answer to this one question. We all know that one question: what am I feeling? At every point in time, 1,000 times in a day, if you ask yourself, what am I feeling? That's your pointer to looking within. All stories, all puzzles get solved just like that. Will the puzzles stop happening? No. It's life. It's 365 degrees. It will constantly keep giving you experiences, experiences of joy, experiences of not joy. In that moment, you don't need to run away. This is a circle that will keep completing and becoming more and more subtle, more and more intense. Every experience has been becoming more intense for me over the last so many years. Why? Because whenever that circle gets complete, more knowing, more understanding about how the whole play is happening, why the more, why the whole play is happening, more understanding simply keeps coming in. This is more and more subtle layers that are getting revealed to us. We are becoming more energy and less body. All our attention is now, what am I feeling? What am I feeling is the energy that I am operating from. The minute that question comes to you, you've already moved from your body manifested space to the energy manifestation space. The manifestation that's happening in the energy is where we move when we ask ourselves this simple question: what am I feeling? The whole play doesn't need rocket science. It's really simply all about what I am feeling. Okay, so what I'm feeling, I have no hope for tomorrow. I'm already living the tomorrow in the now. The world is in perfection. Everything is already happening in perfection. And I am able to see the perfection because I am looking within. That's for each of us. Okay, everybody. Any questions at this point in time? Any questions needed? Nope. The English one is also always so sorted. They have no questions. In the Hindi one, people will keep asking me English questions. In the English one, people don't ask me any questions. I'm all sorted. This is an easier session for me to always go through. All the questions have already been resolved in the morning sessions, and we are feeling so good. So anyways, I'm going to I'm going to tell the story of what I got asked in the morning. It just comes to me. So some astrology play in our lives, and especially when people can predict that this of yours, this in your astrological charts is not looking good. This is going to harm you in this way. Your next 28 years are doomed because of these stars and all of that. Again, when I talk about, how you hold the power to change, it's not about changing the universe outside. It's about changing what you are feeling, how you are reacting to the change in the universe outside. That is where the creation is from. So if somebody says these stars are not good and those stars are not good, and now where are you sitting? You are sitting in fear. As you sit in fear of the stars, fear is a bucket. What more is going to be created? More of your fears are going to be created to make you sit deeper and deeper in those experiences. As you sit in those experiences, what is your thought constantly going to be affirming to yourself? Oh, that astrologer told me that this was going to happen, and look, it's coming true. With each time that you affirm that this is coming true, what are you doing? You are creating the belief, you are creating the manifestation. Where is this manifestation going to happen from more and more? Of course, fear. So, when I say, what is it that you are going to do differently as an aware person? When something happens on the outside that otherwise you would have created for yourself more fear, when you become aware of the energies, when you become aware of your own energies, but that one question, what am I feeling? As you become aware of your own fears, you now have a choice to be able to release those fears. And so you will be able to release every fear as it comes to astrology. Okay, but astrology and those planets are a part of my universe. They're a part of my universe. And guess what? The universe is playing in my favor. So, as the universe is playing in my favor, even those planets must be playing in my favor. As some manifestation happens, recognize that this is your fear that you had collected all this while that is now manifesting. As it manifests now, here is the new opportunity. Do you wish to sit in more fear, or do you wish to now sit in fearlessness? These are the two opportunities that have become available. In awareness, you have a choice. Whatever you choose will create more experiences. Whatever experiences are created, well, if you've become aware once, then even if the experiences carry on for maybe a month, maybe 10 days, whatever it is, we are not scared of experiences. We will be brought back to our awareness. Yes, we can be more aware. Yes, we can constantly work on our awareness. The more awareness we carry with us, the more joy we are able to feel. And yet, if for a few days, even if we walk away from this awareness, it's okay. We don't have to worry that this awareness will now be lost from us, because that frequency, that guidance frequency that you have tapped into once now exists in your energy field. It will take you back. You see, it's a frequency from the heart. It's a higher frequency than the frequencies of the mind. Frequencies of the mind, fears, anxieties, all of this other stuff. Frequencies of the heart, surrender, love, joy, all of this other stuff. So every now and then, when you're sitting in fear, not able to see through it, it's okay when you come to the awareness. Many people will come running to me and say, oh my God, I think I've become totally unaware. I've gone back to where I used to be. I'm no longer able to see anything, and it's all muddled up. It's okay. This is simply an experience, and you are not where you used to be. Where you used to be, you didn't know that there was a choice. Where you used to be, you didn't know that you could shift. And now you know. So it's okay if you didn't shift in the first moment, but now you shift after 20 days. It's okay. It's simply an experience of the frequency. There is nothing outside that needs to be changed. Everything outside, all the fingers simply need to point within. If they don't point on the first day, it's okay. I read some other, okay, say something about fear of missing out. Quite often, I feel that I'm missing out on a lot of things. Yeah, Shivani, you asked the same question, I think about maybe 2 weeks ago. And I said, fear of missing out is one emotion. Can you point out to me what emotion that is? What frequency that is? Can you tell me what fear?
Fear.
Okay, if it is fear, I don't know how to release fears. I don't know how to release fears. Do you know how to release fears? Can you teach me?
Yes, ma'am. The candle process, positivity process.
Teaching me to release the fears. What should I do about it now? You answered, right?
Yeah.
The universe is not in your favor. That's your fear. It will make you miss out on things. That is your fear. That you will not get what you deserve to receive. That is your fear. So these are fears. Fears don't have, as I said just very recently, about 10 minutes ago, fears don't have buckets. It's one large bucket of fear. And that's it. And it'll manifest in many different ways. If you have a frequency of joy, today the joy might manifest as some dessert coming to your place, somebody just giving you a cake which you really, really love, and that will give you joy. The next day, somebody might surprise you, an old time friend might come through, and you might receive joy. But it's not about the friend and it's not about that cake. It's about the joy frequency that you are holding that is manifesting in so many different ways. And now we talk about fear. You please tell me how to release the fear of missing out. Now you tell me how to release the fear of copying somebody else. Now you tell me how to release the fear of taking medicine. Now you tell me how to release the fear of the dark. No, I can't tell you. I don't have any different buckets. I only understand that fear is a frequency. And so for the frequencies, how to release the frequencies, I tell a few different tools. I talk about positivity process. I talk about deeper emotional releases. And I talk about, constantly being in the aware and choosing fearlessness instead of fear. I don't know what else you want to know. Fear of missing out. Yeah, sure. I'll tell you, release the fear of missing out into the candle. And will you not get any other fears at any other time? I'm not at all sure about that, because you are just simply sitting in fear. And right now, missing out has become a tool. So last time, 2 weeks ago, you asked me exactly, please talk about fear of missing out. Now you talk about, okay, again, please talk only of fear of missing out. It's a fear. I can only talk about how to release fear. Watch any of my webinars. You will find the answer to how to release fears. Also lack, no. Yeah. So the fact that the universe is not playing in my favor, everything is, everything is going to other people. I am not receiving. Yeah, of course, it's lack as well. And then there is not just lack. The lack actually might not be real, because it's fear of lack. It's fear of lack, that I'm missing out on something. So it's not just like, it's like, oh, I have fear that I'm going to be missing out on something that was meant to me. Everybody else will get it. I won't get it. So there's no real lack, but there is fear that you will be you will not be given what is being. But what is it? The word is FEAR. It's called fear. It's a frequency. You are sitting in that frequency, then you'll have to release it. Again, as I said, I can't talk about, there are 1,000 things that you might be afraid of. You might be afraid of an injection. You might be afraid of missing out. You might be afraid of your family dying. You might be afraid of the dark. You might be afraid of fear. Might be afraid of fever. Every time you'll come and ask me every single topic. Now tell me how to be, how to release my fear for crocin. Now tell me how to release my fear for, I don't know, another medicine, Tylenol. It's the same to me. I don't see a difference. For me, it's fear, and fear needs to be released. Well, you can keep asking me every different time. My answer stays the same. Okay. All right, everyone. Any other questions, or did that shut everybody up? All right. So a deep breath in, and we begin the meditation. So a deep breath in, and as you hold the breath, the word through your mind, the only word through your mind right now, masti, masti, masti. Joy, joy, joy. I've already given you 4 words, but it's all towards bliss. The word is masti, the word is bliss. And so let it resonate, this word, let it resonate with each breath. Take a deep breath in, and as you take the deep breath in, this one intent that I'm taking in bliss through this breath of mine. I breathe bliss. Through this exhale, I breathe out bliss. Inhaling bliss and exhaling bliss. And as you make that intent, for that being your only frequency in the now, again and again, your focus simply on this one word, bliss. All other thoughts out of the window. In this moment, only one thought, bliss. This is you in the now. Breathing in bliss, breathing out bliss, becoming bliss. It is your frequency in the now, this frequency of bliss. And if you are so much bliss, then it's going to show up on your face too. So one beautiful smile on your face as you become more and more blissful. Breathe in deeply this one frequency. And with this breath, put all your attention to your heart. In your heart, this beautiful, amazing, blissful feeling. Your heart filled with bliss in the now. No other thoughts cloud your mind and your heart. You can almost see this shining heart of yours that is radiating this beautiful bliss. The bliss is hitting your heart like a ray. This ray of hope, this ray of bliss in the now. And as you watch, your heart starts to expand and light up in this amazing frequency. You're able to visualize this whole beautiful heart of yours, completely lit up, so bright, so shiny, so powerful in this amazing ray of bliss. And as these rays hit your heart more and more, you see it expanding. You see it with so much light, all being transmitted everywhere around you. This light that you are carrying, this light that you are, this light right now, radiating through you to everyone around you. Feel it. Feel it in every part of your body. Your entire body is lit up with these beautiful rays of abundance, of bliss. No other thoughts except for this word, and you are centered on this word. Bliss, bliss, bliss. It's a song that you are singing. Bliss, bliss, bliss. All words are muddled except for this one, bliss. Nothing else is happening anywhere around you except for bliss. This lightness of your existence radiating through you to the whole universe in and around you. This is your radiance. This is you. This is your power that is being received by the entire universe. The whole of the earth is receiving your bliss in this moment. And you are a part of this earth. And so, from this vast experience that you are of bliss, to this tiny experience of bliss that you are in the body, the bliss received from one to the other, radiated from one to the other. Your vast self giving you this experience of bliss in the now. Abundance, abundance, abundance of joy. This pure joy that you are transmitting in the now. Be aware that you are this joy. This joy is surrounded by you. This joy is emanating from you. You are this joy. Be in this space for the day. Expand this joy even more as the day goes and the next one arrives. Simply becoming aware that you are constantly this joy. Center yourself in this frequency and grow this frequency. Grow it as much as you can, when you can, where you can, through your own awareness. Om. Be in this blissful place. Stay here. Be here. Enjoy. Enjoy, everyone. Lots and lots of love.
That was lovely, Meenal. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Meenal. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, Shweta. Thank you, Smita, Samaya, Ritu, Parth, Shilpi, Anita. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you, Meenal.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
Meenal.
Thank you, everybody. Lots and lots of
Thank you,
love.
Meenal. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.